All right, FHF back in the building. AC cooling down the heat.
Hey, welcome back. It's your boy D.
And it's howling out the truth.
The truth,
like the usual.
Not so truthful sometimes though.
Oh, damn.
Shady Thomas.
I'm just joking.
He always has out the truth.
Yeah. If you can make a compilation of me lying.
When was the last truth you told?
The last podcast.
Well, he was telling some truths, bro.
Yeah, like, I was a little too truthful.
No,
a
little too truthful.
What was last podcast?
I mean, the last one I was in specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about the love one?
First love one.
Yeah.
What's the theme again? It's about love.
As you can tell, again,
you see the red lights.
Red
2 out of 3. Part 2 out of 3.
Part 2 out of 3.
This is part 2. So the first love was about Thomas as like an inexperienced man finding love, and then now we're on Desmond's segment where more experience and not
still
finding love at the moment.
Not finding love, more experience.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, Desmond, you want to tell them what you told me in the car?
Oh,
you want to tell get into
it. Look, I gotta come clean. We had a debate last podcast. I was saying, look, if she's the right person, but you ain't ready for it, ain't nothing's gonna happen, right? But he was saying, if she's the right person, something's gonna happen. You'll both grow. Talked to my pops like a week later, right? We talking in the car about a completely different subject about love. I didn't even bring it up, and then eventually I bring it up. Hey, so this is Augustine's point of view. He looks at me dead straight in my eyes. You know he's right? And he don't ever talk about what's right, what's wrong. He just gets perspective, but he dead ass said he was right. So look, I'm recanting my statement. Maybe there's always room to grow if you find the right one.
Oof. I got the OG's got my back.
The OG's got his back.
OG got my back.
My own blood.
I remember you told me that too before too. Yeah, I remember that.
His own blood got my back. OG got my back.
I guess.
He got more experience out of all of us, and the OG got my back.
That's like great criticism right there.
Yeah, I mean, low-key it was. I was like, dang, man.
Damn.
Maybe they spit. Maybe they right.
Even more experience right there.
Yeah, I mean, he's got it.
Anyways, I mean, going off that, since we're talking about love and, why do we think our encounters in this generation it's all about sex? Man. Let's just get straightforward.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get to it.
It's not about love anymore. Yeah. It's just about sex.
Get to the griddle, bro.
We didn't even talk about this the last pod.
Yeah. So let's. That's my question to you guys. Why do you guys think it's all about the sex now?
Man,
there's just too many horn dogs out there, man.
That too, bro. That too. I think that's part of the question or the equation. But thinking about it, I think there's multiple factors to it. Where it's just how we've been conditioned from just social media, how we've been from our jobs to how we get shit done. We want the instant gratification.
Yeah, it's like normalized.
Yeah, it's normalized. Beyond just sex, it goes to everything. So our brain just works.
It's also how we talk to each other nowadays in our generation and stuff.
Oh yeah, true.
And it's crazy because like I feel like back in the conversation I had with like elderly people, not from our generation, obviously, the conversation is different.
It is.
I don't know about you guys. But obviously, there's sex involved back then. But why is nowadays, more about sex than it was back then?
What's crazy is that we like to blame it on, probably because we all want the drugs and how we look and the appearances. But back then, they was going to raves, they was taking their drugs, they was, chicks dress how they wanted, dudes dress how they wanted.
I honestly think the biggest part about that is that how social media portrays these big stars about living the lavish life and having all these like women around them.
They have a lot
of
stuff like that.
And I'm also talking about the rap community too, because they put that all in the music videos. That's all they talk about.
It goes under the same category.
It's just how we perceive it. Even it's just crazy.
Yeah,
it's the internet too.
It's been kind of like almost programmed to our brains.
And then there's I feel like it's just a bunch of wannabes trying to be like that, like, oh yeah, I got
it's kind of
I got this many people I'm on my body and stuff
thinking less about women as humans and more as women as an object, as an achievement, instead of as a human.
Yeah, true.
As an experience, do you think about sex often?
I mean, obviously. I mean, I just didn't talk about it last podcast because it wasn't the most important part, but it is very important in today's society for sure. But
I think
people.
I think to expand on this, there's healthy sex and not the healthy sex.
Oh yeah.
Too much of anything will put you under.
I mean, I've still heard stories from just like famous people.
About the
What do you mean?
Like just in general though.
What's a quick little thing you got from famous people?
I mean, it's not anything specific. It's just like there's so many different stories.
Oh, he's talking about just the ideas that you get from them. Just talking about I get
in general.
Like
I'm not thinking of anything specific, but there's just so many stories.
Yeah, quick example. You watch the average music video.
And that's what I usually learn from because you know how I'm inexperienced. That's usually what I learn from outside of my world.
And what's crazy is that there's no way that we can possibly learn from their experiences, especially when they're just so superficial on top of that.
Yeah, true.
So
it's
they
have
crazy.
all the opportunity for that.
It's crazy.
It's different for them.
I mean, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, man, just I don't even think or care, but about the sex and I've thought about it. Most relationships have been relationships because of the sex, and I really sat there and thought, a while ago, man, I don't even like sex that much, bro. It is what it is, But somehow that's what a lot of relationships I end up based around.
I think sex is good and healthy if you have it with a partner that like you extremely love, and you cherish all these memories with, and be vulnerable. As corny as it sounds. That's not gangster, I'm just saying, it's just that's as corny as it sounds, that's what healthy sex is, to be honest.
There's too many of the opposite going on, like unhealthy shit where you just hopping one person to the next,
Yeah, I hear a lot of my friends from their experiences about like hopping on and off, that they don't feel that happy. Like they feel pleased at like that one moment, but after that it's just instantly I'm back to myself.
You gain nothing at all. You might have lost something instead.
It's kind of sad how that's more common than healthy.
And then honestly, you guys be doing that, but you don't know how many diseases are out there too nowadays.
True.
Yeah.
They just assume they're clean just because they're the same age.
And then sometimes some of these people that you just meet and you just, hook up with, like, they're not going to tell you that they pick up diseases.
They get to you on purpose sometimes.
And pretend they're not a hoe just so they can get their way.
Yeah, man.
Okay, my next question, my next big question is, why doesn't our generation want relationships nowadays too?
Man, that's what I was trying to say before. It's just because we expect the instant gratification for multiple things, whether it be us eating food or working or anything, man. So of course relationships too. We want, we want this to work right now. We want this to work this week. So you meet someone, and even if y'all cool like each other, one bad experience can just make her never want to come back to you, or vice versa. So it's just
why don't you think you want a relationship right now? Why don't you think you're ready?
If
you don't mind sharing with the guests. Maybe you could give some advice out too.
Yeah. So look, for all those out there, look, when you crave love, right, and you really want a relationship, not just again, nothing, no sex, just some honest and genuine love, right? And all you do is think about that, you're just not gonna find it, man. In my experience, right, I think the only way to find that real true love is just to be your best version of yourself, go about your business, and it's just gonna come in time when it comes, whether it be God handling it or something else, bro. I think it will come when I'm ready for it. Before I thought that no matter when it comes, if I'm not ready, I'm not ready. But honestly, I think a part of it, just a part of what life is, it coming is a part of me being ready for it.
Sometimes it just hits you with a bus, and then you'll be like, oh damn, like.
Yeah, it can even.
It's here, sometimes.
Yeah, it can even naturally occur out of nowhere too. I guess it can.
This like occurrence can happen in any like life situation. Like something hits you with a bus, you're like, damn. Yeah. Like I am ready, or damn, I am not ready, or damn, you'll be like, yeah. Do you think you're ready for a relationship, Thomas?
I mean,
yourself.
I just need a few months, maybe.
Yeah.
Like now I started like
after our podcast, our previous podcast about your love pod. Have you gone into dating sites or anything like that?
Yeah.
You want to give us an update, or a guest an update?
To be honest, like I just like casually swipe and nothing else.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, now I'm gonna go to Desmond. Have you been on any dating website after our first love pod?
Okay, so can't lie, I have.
Yeah.
And I know that's real contradictory from me saying, love will just come while I look for it. You know, I don't want to sex, but here I am on Tinder, head ass. But it's like, bro, you know, there's two main reasons why I have a dating apps, and they're kind of different from this. It's the one biggest reason, which is gonna sound crazy. It's a confidence boost, man. Like, bro, you know, just swiping. You know, for me, you know, I usually match with all of them, but if I were to try to talk to one of them, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna work. So I just be matching with them. Yeah, I did that thing. They like me.
How does the confidence boost help you?
Okay, so honestly, it's real artificial. I wouldn't recommend this, guys, because you shouldn't rely on outside things for your own personal confidence.
Hey, but I mean, it's some good advice too, you know.
Yeah. But for
me,
me,
people out there who's also doing it, who's not doing it, or who's interested in doing it.
For me, look, I mean, I've always been a kid that grew up on low confidence, you know. So a lot of my life was discovering myself, trying to find confidence, and I found that just knowing, because I used to think I was, or probably was ugly back then, but nowadays, you know, I'm probably decent looking, whatever. But getting all those matches, you know, seeing that these people clearly think I'm attractive is like, okay, cool. I feel a little better about myself, because as a guy, you don't hear no compliments often in your appearances, bro.
That is true.
Yeah.
As guys, we do not get much confidence.
Yeah, and that shit humbles you fast just from personal experience.
You know, I saw this on a social media post. Guys don't get flowers until they're dead.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever gotten flowers, Thomas?
It's funny because I never have, but I've always seen like.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, but I've always seen like.
I'm sorry, I'm not part of the club. I got flowers.
Ah, damn! But I've always seen like girls get like flowers, like
shout out
from
to my
multiple
girl,
guys.
By the way.
Even.
She gave me flowers.
She a real one.
Oh damn!
She a real
That's
one.
nice.
That boy cheesing over there. He got the flowers. He got the flowers.
But I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
Statistically though,
no.
You know, not a lot of guys get compliments nor flowers till they're dead.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying,
it's weird.
It's hard to find a good woman or a good guy to get those nowadays.
Yeah, you literally get flowers when you're dead on your grave, literally.
Yeah, hold on. That makes me think about something. A little deep to answer even those questions that we asked earlier.
Yeah.
Hold on now. So, yeah, we don't get flowers and stuff till we dead, but when was the last time you ever got... Obviously, you have a girlfriend, right? But if you don't have a girlfriend, when was the last time you got a hug? When was the last time, just yo, bro, maybe put his arm on your shoulder and said...
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Not so... It's like, I hug my bro pretty often.
Huh?
I always be like, hey, stay safe and much love, you know.
Yeah.
I think it depends on certain friendships.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think a lot of my friendships, especially with my bros, like, it's all family love.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any like distant like friendships with
it's
like
all...
my bros. Yeah, because like if they're my bros, they're my brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know Thomas though. Like, I tried giving him a hug, he wouldn't hug me back. He's shy. He thinks
shy
like,
boy.
I mean,
he thinks something
no
of it, but like I'm just trying to give him a hug as a brother.
I mean, to be honest, I've always been like that.
Yeah, but this guy, this guy's my like bro for sure, and he's like family to me. But like, I try giving him a hug, he'll always be like,
I give everybody fist bumps or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
no, honestly, I would do the same, bro. Like if I never hugged someone before, then I ain't gonna want to hug them ever.
Yeah, and I hug very rarely, so it's more awkward for me. But now that I'm older, it's not as awkward as it used to be. But honestly, it's still a little uncomfortable, I guess.
I just think that, like, it doesn't even have to, like, I think hugging a brother be like, has to be like anything loving, like not like sexually.
Yeah, no.
It's just about like brotherly love. It's just like, hey, like, you take care, you know, like this, you know, you might not see them the next day.
Yeah.
Too true.
So the whole reason I even brought that up is like, okay, so why do guys want sex nowadays so much? And I thought about it. Well, wait a minute. You know, for some people it's obviously different. You're saying how you hug your bros, but for a lot of us, or just, I'm sure some of y'all can relate. You ain't hugging your brothers, even your brothers that your blood brothers. You ain't hugging your pops, you ain't hugging your moms. So some guys, they really grow up with they still to this day they have no contact in their life. Like they don't shake hands, no, they don't fist bump, they don't hug nobody. So when you think about it, when you come with a chick, right, and she likes you, like him back, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to be touched, bro. You want to be touched. Yeah. But then in this generation, what does touching mean? It leads to sex. So I think there's something in that
makes it weird.
No,
also going back to your confidence booster, sex is a big confidence booster to like be like, oh damn, like these like people want to engage with me. You know, that's, you know, I look good. That means like, oh, you know what I mean, type shit.
And it's glorified a lot these days. I feel like that's part of it, because some people hate the feeling of missing out and feel like they have to have at least a phase of that. Because even as when I was a teenager, I wanted to have a phase like that. But then now I'm older, like there's no way in hell that's gonna happen. Now that I realize the reality of it, but it really depends who you are, really. Because I was more shy, obviously that wasn't gonna happen.
Yes, you know,
so it was different for me. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just want to get into the whole thing. It just made me think about it. Like, yeah, man, men don't really get that much, you know, just genuine love, whether it be intimate, whether it be friendly, any type of love. They just don't get that much. So when you look at it, so if you have a chick that's even remotely interested in you, the first thing you want is some type of love, and usually physical love. So yeah, and you know, think about it too. You know, guys, even if you know hug a chick real quick, you know, usually you want more. You know, just because we're guys. But I wonder if there's something that we could do as a collective, as men, and just make ourselves more open to receiving, you know, genuine love, not intimate, just genuine love from our peers, from our family, from bros. So we don't have to crave it from others so much.
I agree.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's hard, but just to be honest, it's hard to find genuine love nowadays. Yeah, everyone just has a persona of being like top dog or big, like, you know, like all rich or famous type shit or whatever.
It's a big influence.
It's our social media too that persuades us to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
As much as I wish it wasn't like that, like it's really hard to find people genuine. Like it was hard to find Thomas, hard to find Desmond.
Even when we knew each other, you would never get in contact with me.
It's just sometimes, like, when you interact with people that aren't genuine, you always have to watch your back to the next person you meet, because you be like, maybe they're not genuine. Yeah. And maybe it takes like a year or two for them to show their true colors and not being genuine too.
There's too many fakes out there too.
Yeah. I mean,
big
like
proportion.
I've noticed it's not even so many people just being fake. There's so many people that don't even know what they are. So it's not even trying to be
that's
fake.
True.
They just don't even know how they want to come
I guess
across.
that's just part of it.
Also like the group, like you hang out of a group, they have like some type of persona. You're trying to follow
like
along that persona. Yeah, it's just like, oh, like let's say like a bunch of jock guys, right?
Yep.
And then this guy who's just like all around, but he has these friends. He's like, oh, I gotta be part of this group. Type shit.
That makes sense too. That's part of it too, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's kind of how they perceive love too. Like, oh, I'm with this group of guys that I think that they like, you know, care about me, like love me for who I am. But once you show that you're like your true self, sometimes they'll be like, oh, who the fuck are you? Type shit.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
because you kind of have to get that vibe on seeing who you're compatible with.
Yeah.
But like going off social media, like do you guys think like being like a big athlete, a big social media like big celebrity, big famous person affect like relationships?
Yeah, I think you could absolutely find love faster, but maybe not easier.
Maybe not even real love.
That's
too.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking real
true,
love. Because you can always pay some chick.
Yeah, because a lot of women are like drawn towards like men with like potential, like that have great potential, like if they already got money going, or if they're working towards something that they're already getting success with.
Yeah,
that's a big factor.
Right. One thing I noticed too was that, you know, a lot of people look down on chicks that are like that, but when you think about a different aspect, you know, they be thinking, oh, because a chick wants a well made off guy, or a guy that's gonna become well made off, they think that they're a gold digger. Well, as you know, you gotta think about it. You know, it's kind of programmed in a chick's brain is to want somebody that can give them a higher chance of survivability and higher living.
That always made sense to me. Yeah.
It's not just because they're gold diggers, you know. So I know it's like people can get on this like, little red pill phase where like, oh man, chicks only want me for my money.
I see it as like different spectrums of it. Like
different spectrums. Yeah, there's definitely chicks, a lot of chicks out there that just want you for your money, but there's also just a chick that just wants to survive, man. She wants to make it out the hood, and maybe the only way she can do that is find a partner, you know.
It's definitely out there.
Maybe she's like well like going for herself too, and just trying to find someone compatible that is also doing the same.
Yeah, and,
you
and
can't bring
even
them
some
down.
like find someone that matches their level too. Like,
But that's the thing. Sometimes we perceive it differently. We just assume everyone's the same.
Yeah, exactly.
And we just gotta get out of that. Oh, everyone's the same type of thing.
Yeah, because we're all the same and all different at the same time.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
And it just sucks to have that bigger influence to find fake and true love sometimes.
Yeah. What's crazy though is that, think about, from our generation, like, and then the generation after us, meaning people younger than us, and the generation before us, people that we grew up, under. The generation before us, they had, true love even then, right? Like, they had that. So I always think, right? Why aren't we taking their examples that have already happened? Why are we taking examples of things that are going on right now that we know don't work?
Well, one, because social media gives us too many options.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Way too many options.
Yeah.
That people think, oh, I have a chance.
Yeah.
Or they have to act a certain way to get that certain person. Or it's not genuine.
Yeah.
Because back in the old days, social media wasn't a big thing. We didn't have iPhones, computers to reach out to people. It had to be like meeting someone like at a bus stop or a fucking bar, at a restaurant, or at a park, at work, and then actually making genuine connections and conversations and all the genuine love and stuff, like all that other stuff, building bond moments and stuff like that, memories. Nowadays, social media gives us an image of that, but doesn't actually.
It doesn't even show you the process of actually finding something.
It's just the process for social media is just hit them up and hopefully get a chance.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of my dad's situation because like before all the social media shit, like he was actually able to get into a relationship a lot earlier than I was, but also at the same time he matured a lot faster because of the circumstances back in the day. And he had me when he was like 18, as early as that, and I feel like that's a big contributor to like the way he lived, but also probably he's more confident not relying on like social media and stuff too.
Oh, without a doubt.
And I feel like that kind of helps you mature faster that way too, back in the day.
It's coming.
But nowadays we like mature a lot slower, like on average.
I agree, man. That's like a whole another topic right there we talk about. That's like
the new generation's undeveloped.
We're underdeveloped. It's crazy because even it looks like it's in our appearances. It's you can see a dude is 27. Or me, I'm 22, and bro, I don't look like I'm 20. Besides with a beard, I look like a little kid, bro. Sometimes, like we've all just kind of stunted our growth in this generation.
Yeah, it's interesting just seeing the comparison, big contrast.
Well, that's why a lot of the adults nowadays they call us kids because the way we think and act and how we show ourselves and social media perceive ourselves, we're genuine kids. Not gonna lie. And honestly, the next generation, we're gonna be saying the same thing. Because once we gone through this phase, we're gonna have a new generation.
Each generation,
and then they're gonna have their own stupid phase, and we're gonna be like kids. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, we're gonna see each generation getting softer and softer. Eventually, until we hit like the apocalypse.
I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree.
And then it'll start getting harder.
I don't want to admit it. I want to put that juju on the planet. But,
but I see a pattern for sure. Is what I'm saying. Like at least right now, I do.
We're definitely getting softer.
But I recommend just finding real, genuine love and not fake love out there.
Yeah, which is harder.
And love does not have to define like a love with like a companion, but like love can be like with family, friends, and your companion, and then
having love for humans
real
in
genuine
general.
love. Then you'll know your own self.
Yeah,
to be
you just
honest.
got to move around a little bit different as if you're looking for that.
Just finding fake love, you're just being someone that you're not at that point. Because you're trying to have a persona of someone you're not, trying to impress somebody. It could be your friends, could be a girl that you have a crush on, or celebrity, whatever. Just don't do that, because eventually, once you get into something deep with them, you're gonna realize, oh, I don't like being this part of person of myself. And honestly, I've
done that a few times.
I had fake love with friends, and it was not fun. I thought about myself like, I don't want to be this person.
It's kind of
I don't want to be in this part of this group.
Yeah,
That's
it's kind of like
the
feeling that you want to grow out of.
And and to be honest, sometimes it takes you a while to realize that they're fake too.
Yeah,
because sometimes they don't show their true colors until a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
sometimes
because they may start to appreciate your time alone because you're more real to yourself.
Yeah, true.
And that's when you start loving yourself.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm gonna bring up the next topic. The next topic was that we you know, the previous podcast we talked about working on ourselves, right? And why we should work on ourselves is because it brings so much confidence booster within yourself too, and then you can start loving yourself, and you can start understanding more about love and love to others.
Exactly.
And I think that's important to build yourself first too, in the process of just growing.
Yeah,
because part of it is love. It's all love. You gotta love yourself in order to love the world, to love what's going on around you. To find genuine love, you gotta find real genuine love with yourself.
Now, hold on, let's clarify that, right? Because there's a lot of people out there hearing that. It's like, oh, love yourself. That just means being nice to myself. No, it's more than that.
It's more than that. It's more than that.
You may be a general way to state it, but it gets deeper than that.
You want to feel not just that. You want to feel healthy. You want to feel great.
You want to have self-respect for yourself. Yep. You want to have things you know, give yourself criticism so you can work on
exactly.
things.
Got motives, got some goals.
Motivate yourself. You got to figure out yourself.
Yeah, that's exactly why I will
find some hobbies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To distract you from other stuff. Like it's more than just like, oh, like, yeah, you look good.
It's way more than that's a surface level.
I feel so good about myself. I love myself, like type shit. That was
so 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why I said I wouldn't like be ready for a relationship anytime soon, because like we were talking about, I would have to like build myself up to that. That's why I would give myself at least half a year if I consistently like improve my life, you know.
You're right, man.
So I guess where you're coming from, so you're looking potentially to have a relationship after you build yourself up.
Yeah, even if it might not happen, but I'll be ready in case, even if it doesn't happen, but it's for my own personal mental state too.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's the most important. Even if it doesn't happen, you know, as long as I'm like happy with myself.
Yeah, you're gonna be happy regardless.
Yeah, and I just gotta build. I just literally just started getting my motivation back, literally, that's exactly why I wouldn't be ready anytime soon, because I know I'm aware that I gotta build up. And let's say take until like summer at least. So yeah,
man, you're on a good track, bro. We're on a good track here.
Yeah.
All right, another big question that everyone likes to ask: does body counts? I mean, does body count matter?
That's always a discussion all the time.
Does body count matter and why? That's the biggest question girls and guys, everyone asks.
This is turning into a short.
And the reason why I'm asking this is because Desmond's experienced and you're inexperienced, but there's two different perspectives.
Yeah.
So Desmond, let's hear yours first, since this is your segment.
All right. So look, man, I remember at first I used to think, right, oh man, she better have a body count near mine, or she's you know. But I've learned that it ain't even thinking about the body counts. The body counts are part of a bigger picture, you know. If she sleeps with, with 30 dudes, you sleep with 30 chicks, whatever you sleep with, you know. There's usually something more to that. It's usually something that you can't find love because of something that's going on in your life, and it's not just because you're some thought or something, whatever, it's because something's wrong with you, that you gotta fix and work on. So to answer that, summarize that, body count matters not because of a number. The number doesn't matter, and I'm not saying go, smash 50 people, because if that's the first thing that comes to mind, something might be up with you, it might be wrong with you, and that's the whole point. If you're doing those kind of things, there might be something deeper in the surface.
if you're trying to have like 100, like this is a record, or writing it down on a book,
to make a new record.
You gotta think about what you're doing at that point.
Like not the
if you think if it's right, if it's wrong, but you gotta think about that.
You gotta find your right values in life.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you end up with a chick with a much higher body count than yours, you gotta ask yourself, why? Is something up with yours, or something up with hers? Does it matter? You gotta just figure it out. Who you are as a person, and who they are as a person.
Thomas, what about you?
Oh yeah, mine's quite different because ever since I was like younger, I would like want to get into a relationship where her body count is like 0 like mine. But I'm like, that's like super unrealistic now when I think about it, because like especially in the city, their body count's gonna be at least 10 times more than mine, at least.
Not all the time, but yeah.
But then I gotta just accept that as long as she's in a mental healthy state as well, like even after her experiences, that doesn't like affect our relationship if it was a relationship,
I agree.
I think as long as she also change in a better situation for herself to get out of that situation,
and not use those body counts as an excuse to be toxic or whatever.
I also think that if you're someone that wants somebody with a low body count, that's also important. It's not something that you can just shrug off and be like, I'm not going to find it, so I shouldn't.
Yeah, but it's a lot harder to find.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to find, but if something is important to you, then you have to identify the reason why it's important to you, so you can keep those morals going. Or if you truly don't care about it, then let them go.
All right, my personal opinion about that is, I think it does matter to me.
Yeah.
Because I think it kind of identify someone is.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, obviously that could change. Like, someone can change and like, oh, like, this is not who I am. And that's understandable.
They can be on different spectrums.
Yeah, but like, it just depends what time and era you are. I think it matters.
You can end up with a person that slept with 50 different people and will never sleep with anybody again. Or you get with a person that slept with one person and is going to sleep with 50 people in the future.
Yeah, or you can even find someone that's a stripper or has like OnlyFans or
you'll know.
That's a porn star too.
Yeah, you be knowing that.
Yeah.
But also it could be like understandable because like the person could be like it could be reasonable too because like sometimes it wouldn't matter if like, because what if that person's been used a lot and they didn't learn their lesson type of stuff, or if they're being played a lot, they didn't learn their lesson.
A lot of
like
factors.
there could be a lot of factors to it too,
Exactly.
which that could be more reasonable. But if they're just constantly just out there just looking for it, that's where I'm just like putting my foot down.
That's a red flag itself.
And that's where I'm just putting my foot down. Like, I don't know about that one right there.
Second
those are off the charts. I mean, those should be on the table.
That's
because
understandable.
I don't know about you guys, but everyone in high school, they're always talking about fucking body counts, and then
it gets annoying after a while.
And I know a couple people like keeping count, having a notebook, writing names, and then dick inches or like stuff like that. I'm just like,
I didn't know all that.
and I'm just mentally in my mind, I'm just like, I don't want to. Yeah, that's just not my thing.
They need to get their priorities straight for sure.
But getting played a lot too happens a lot in this generation, and then it's understandable because
a lot of stories too.
This goes back to genuine love and stuff like that. But being played, and going off to the next topic, is being played a lot creates the villain arc. Or call the hero arc. But mainly we've seen a lot of people nowadays in the villain arc, and what people call it too, demon times.
I use that phrase a lot too.
Who knows these phrases the most?
I mean, I know demon time. I use that frequently.
And I'm gonna give a little a little explanation about this because I have it on my notebook. Obviously I can't remember on top of my head, but I wrote it down on my notes. So you know how we go through these phases of the relationships and going on and off, getting played a lot. We create these themes called the villain arc and the hero arc. So this villain arc usually means the person is out for vengeance. They work so hard to make themselves look better by changing their appearance and their physique and personality.
Trying to look like a bad boy type shit.
And then they usually don't turn into nice people and say relationships are bad because they've been hurt so many times. They genuinely think relationships are bad, and they just want to use people because they got used themselves. And then we got the hero arc. We don't hear that much often, but that does exist. And
it's me.
on my and these people usually keep their heads low, still very true to themselves, not letting people or things taking advantage of them, and still find some good in people and looking for a healthy long-term relationships. those are the hero arc.
Yes,
Like working on themselves, working on the goals, knowing who's fake, who's not genuine.
Identifying what you did wrong and
Yeah.
work on it.
Exactly. And able to critique themselves.
Because people don't do that.
Yeah.
They
And this is why we see a lot more villain arcs than hero arcs.
They get that heartbroken. Oh, she was evil. Bro, didn't you cheat her 3 times? What you mean she evil?
So what do you guys think about what I just said about the villain and hero arc?
That's how, bro. I think that's just. It's not even. It's like almost character development for most people in our generation nowadays. Female.
Kinda
But you guys
Wars
seen
a
a
little
bunch of hero arc, the Demon Time, right?
Yeah,
That's too common. I feel like too.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had.
Have you guys ever experienced hero arc?
So I think I would like to think right now I'm stepping foot into my hero arc where I'm leaving all the petty loves away, or I'm looking for more than surface level stuff, and I'm trying to find my own healthy way and my own path with God in the light, stuff like that. But before, I would say I was on Demon Time for sure.
I mean, like it's just like when you're like this is about just not about love, but about everything. Like when you get hurt, sometimes people look for vengeance, and this is why they call it villain arc, because like you see all the, like, let's say like a superhero movie and there's a villain in it. They obviously gone through something or some type of like trauma. That's why they become villains.
Yeah.
Or there's like these heroes like Batman.
Hero arc.
Yeah. He goes through his trauma. But he wants to do good in the world because of the hero. Joker, he goes through his trauma. He wants to be a villain because he wants to hurt the people that hurt him.
What about Red Hood?
Red Hood.
You know what, huh? That was
Red Little Riding Hood.
Nah, Red Hood. That's the he.
And Anakin's one from Darth Vader.
Exactly, that's a good one too. Yeah.
Darth Vader.
And then there's like Obi-Wan too. Who,
true.
There's
a lot of Star Wars characters there's a lot of changing hero to villain to good.
And this is
it can be both.
And not a lot of people realize this, but it's happening in the real life situation.
Oh yeah.
With life, with relationships.
Most stories I hear is villain arc. Most social media stories.
It's the easiest emotion to act on.
Yeah, true, and that gets reported the easiest because it's just like attention based too. It's weird because I never actually had my villain arc yet, but I don't know if I would have to be under a certain situation to. Well, because
I know you're saying you haven't had your villain arc, but
probably a lot of
so that's the thing. Yeah, it's not about experience. I know a lot of people that aren't inexperienced and they're not finding love, not finding girls accepting them. They get into villain arc.
Oh yeah, that exists.
Yeah, they would be like
too. Yeah,
and there's the other way around too. The women are like that too. They will find their villain arc that they're not finding guys. They're gonna switch their ways and then be like, "Yep, fuck man."
Yeah, I think there's 2 versions of the villain arc for guys specifically. So a guy gets his heart broken one time, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get revenge. I'm gonna start sleeping on every chick I can find, breaking hearts." Or he can go, "I will never touch a woman again. I hate these women," which is like the super extreme red pill stuff you be seeing on the internet. It's like, take your time slowly and walk mysteriously and avoid women.
That's like the Andrew Tate type of thing.
Yeah, so red pill, the extreme red pill crap, where it's like it also comes from that villain arc. They can either go like, I'm gonna start messing with
you know what? A lot of these boys get brainwashed by these Andrew Tates and all this stuff.
That's been on an uprise the past couple of years.
I find it so entertaining to watch. Not because I agree with what they're saying, it's because of what they're saying.
Yeah.
Because and then also seeing these kids actually listening into it and taking it into accountability.
Yeah, it's a bad influence because they're gonna grow up differently than how we grew up.
And it's honestly disgusting that we're able to just do that. Just follow anything what someone says and be like, "Oh my gosh, this is happening. Oh, I should be like this."
It's terrible enough to make the future worse too. That way, I feel like,
and it's just
that's how it goes. Bro.
Yeah.
It's also super one-sided.
Yeah,
because look, if you want to sell a product, what do you have to have? You have to have something that people want. What do people want? They want love. So what is somebody gonna do to you to sell you love? They're gonna capitalize on you being lonely, or you being a red pill hating women, or you having a heartbreak, or you loving. They're gonna capitalize on something that's related. Because when we watch those videos, we like, oh, we're interested. Why? Because we're related to it. We know we've been in those situations, or we thought about the situation.
It all connects. Yeah.
they just have that experience and they just add more onto it. And
they know how to get in there.
They manipulate it, and then they'd be like, okay, I know what to say, type shit.
Now go buy my program for $20 if you want to find a girlfriend. Yeah,
and kids are very impressionable, like, because they're very drawn towards like influence, especially too. So they're more like sensitive and going down a certain path, you know. Yeah.
All right. I think this is a good breaking point to take a break, guys. I appreciate you guys listening in to our Second Love pod. That was just a little intro of what we're going to talk about, but now we're going to move into more in-depth with questions to Desmond with his experience.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I just want to shout out to Thomas again. Thank you for for you discussing your part of the love and the first love pod. Now I want to thank Desmond putting himself out for this one.
Anytime.
And the final love pod will be out too. Get ready for that. That will be about mine, about finale, being in a relationship.
The end game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I love my girlfriend really dearly. We just got back from a cruise together, and it was great. We took photos like we're married couples.
Oh, that's cute.
You living a dream.
I would show some, but it's kind of, I'm a little shy.
Yeah, but unless they know your Instagram.
But that vlog from the Caribbean is on that cruise is fire. So I think some of y'all gonna enjoy that.
Yeah. We got a vlog coming up too.
That's gonna be interesting to edit.
That was a promo that I wasn't expecting, but I appreciate that. But all right, we're gonna take a break. Thanks, guys. All right. We back from our break.
Hey, hello.
AC still cooling out the heat.
Howler still howling out the truth. Still.
Now you can do that now you can do the intro, actual intro now.
Oh yeah.
It's not what
What do you mean?
Because the 21 plus version of your intro.
Because you only have to wait for that first minute to not curse.
I don't curse. I'm a good
That
kid.
is true.
I guess you might as well get in the habit, I guess.
AC is still cooling down the heat.
Only in the heat.
But the motherfucking heat!
There we go.
But
just gotta throw that last one in there.
Yeah. For the olds. Okay.
Anyways, shit. What a good topic that we had before our break. Just a recap of what we talked about was the hero and villain arc. And it was kind of the intro of, the Second Love pod. Now we're going to get more in depth with Desmond's experience of being experienced. Yeah. Honestly, I know you talked about being in the villain arc and now being in the hero arc. Do you have any advice to give out to those out there who could just like...
I do, man.
Just to do the same as you, or...
I got advice for two different type of people, right? Yep. One is for people like how I was, kind of similar to you, Thomas. If you are inexperienced or you a virgin, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, someone it's gotten around. You gotta focus on not trying to crave and go out there for love. You go out there because you love yourself. That's the only reason you put yourself out, because you love yourself and you know someone's gonna love you back. That's it. That goes for experience and the virgins out there.
I see that can be mentally healthier too.
It's gonna change the whole game. It's gonna make you a better version of yourself. It's gonna change your entire life. It's gonna, outside of love, it's gonna change your entire life, and it's gonna help you find love, which will again change your life. So that's the best advice I could give you, man. Not the best. I just a lot of advice I could give y'all, but seriously, focus on that.
Yeah, that's definitely reasonable.
What else? I don't really look. So I mean, I've made more mistakes than I've made good choices when it comes to relationships, right? And I think that's just part of the natural human cycle, right? Especially for us young men,
right?
But man, I'm telling you, for that whole villain arc hero arc situation, don't fall for it. The first feeling that you're gonna feel is vengeance. You're gonna wanna, I'm a demon now. I'm a demon, putting the little purple demon emojis. Bro, you ain't on time. You ain't on nothing, bro. You just got your heart broken. Get back to the grill, fucking weak boy.
I wouldn't even have enough fuel to put that energy on the world, because whatever energy you put out there, you get in return.
Take that vengeance and just put it in the gym. Yep. Put it on your grind. Put it on motivation. Don't put it on effortless things that won't get you anywhere.
Yeah,
like,
but I will say certain people fuel on different things, like fuel on like being hated. Some people fuel on different things.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Depending on the type of person you are.
If you know you're that type of person, go for it.
Yeah, I'm not naturally driven that way.
Nah,
That's why
nah.
I never had that villain arc too.
Mm-hmm. I think people like me and you, we're driven to avoid hate. We're driven so we don't have to hate ourselves and don't have to have hate from other people.
Yeah, that's like too much energy too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just not worth it.
We just want the good blessings. That's it.
Yep.
But man, I can't think of many lessons off the spot, man. Y'all got any questions about like type of relations I've been in?
Oh yeah, actually, I had a couple questions that I wrote down for you. I guess I'll start off more general, then I'll start getting more specific.
Yeah, here.
So, like, what type of relationships are you like looking for? Like, or do you have like a dream girl that you would like to settle with one day, or are you more like open?
Yeah, I'm definitely more open. I never had an idea for a dream girl. That's just never been a case. I think I've only had one crush in my life, and she fucking broke my heart, bro.
Ah, shit, that's
yeah, I got roasted.
Damn.
But nah. I guess what I'm looking for nowadays is something where I can actually genuinely be myself, ups and downs, because I'm going to have ups and downs, and have someone that can rock with that I can also be able to help too without having to
make sure you can go through thick and thin with them, and it fluctuates.
And this is one thing to keep track of, fellas. You know, some of us men out there, we don't like to be taken care of. So when we hear, oh, you know, this chick wants to help you do this and that, and you don't really have that much to offer, sometimes you're like, nah, it's not worth it. I don't want to make myself look like a taker, like a beggar. Man,
it affects your independence too. Like that's why.
Man, take what you can get, and it's not because it's what you can get. It's you're taking what's as good for your soul, what's good for you, and eventually, man, you can make it so you can help other people. So, for a couple of times, right, I was talking to some chick, right, and you know we hitting off like it's dang near confirmed. But I'm like, okay, at the time I'm jobless, I don't got much money, I'm kind of mentally unstable. Whatever, such and such, you know, but they really like me. Like for some, I'm thinking like, why would they like me? They got way more money than me. They look super good. Why would they mess with me? And it's just because, you know, it's who I am as a person, man. And that has nothing to do with me, you know, being whatever negatives I have at the time, because I can always grow on those. What you got to focus on is what you are as a person, and don't let yourself shoot yourself in the foot when you have people trying to help you, you know. Swallow your pride, basically. Swallow your pride. Take the help. Become the best version of yourself.
It's always good to receive help, you know, even sometimes, like, when it's not asked for and it's just there, you realize that it's more helpful than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's okay to go through phases too.
I'm a big person on not asking for help. Like, I have a huge pride on not asking for help. No. The reason why is just, you know, sometimes you don't really feel like you want to, you know, put your weight on other people and stuff like that, or you just feel like you can't trust people. But sometimes like there's help that can actually help you.
And usually this comes from a place of low confidence. You're like, I'm already at low confidence. What do I look like having someone give stuff to me? That just makes your confidence even lower. Well, in your head it does, you know. But then when you actually start building up your confidence, you start accepting help. You're like, wait, this ain't taking away from my confidence. It's just making me more of a complete person. So,
I feel like it's like the right balance, right?
Yeah, it is the right balance.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't trying to just take and take. You gotta eventually make it, because your whole. I guess for me, the whole goal in life is to be able to, before you leave the earth, give what you can. You know, so it's just building up, giving it away.
Yeah, definitely a positive outlook right there.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
What would you give advice to someone like Thomas, who's like inexperienced, to step out their comfort zone?
Well, that was the first thing. I think that was the biggest one for people with low experience. It's just but stepping out the comfort zone specifically, then that's your journey. That's your sign where it's like, okay, it's time to go on my inner journey. Whether that be that you haven't been going to the gym, so you need to start doing that, or that be that you need to focus on your hobby, or that be you need to get back in touch with your family. You gotta take those small steps, take it one day at a time, and realize that among that path, bro, you about to have them days where it's beating your heart and your soul. You need that love, and you feel like a loser without it. But you gotta just be like, you gotta use that as fuel to make the best version of yourself, and don't let it eat you up, or else you don't have nothing.
You know, a good saying is that you always, you know, no matter, you know, you have the lows, highs, the mid, you always gotta feel all those feelings.
Yeah.
If you don't feel it, you're not gonna really grow.
Yeah, true.
You can't avoid those feelings with drugs, and you can't avoid those feelings with like other stuff.
They're always
you gotta just accept it, and then you're gonna grow, start to love yourself, start to love like we talked about, loving yourself, and start to loving other people, and you're more clear minded too on some of these things when you feel these feelings, and then because those feelings sometimes will make you think at night, or make you think at the gym, make you think at a bus, or what, stuff like that. It'll make you think, and you'll grow from that, because you're kind of teaching yourself. You're trying to figure out the solution and then the math problems of what's going on and stuff.
Because you can't really avoid not thinking about it. It just happens naturally.
Yeah. Can't tuck it down. Like you're saying, it's let the phases come. Let the phases come and
Let
deal
the
with them
phase
properly.
go.
And deal with them properly.
That's why it's your path. You got to follow along the path and go through the path.
But it's also okay to go through trial and error, because that's how you learn, right?
Exactly.
Yep, trials and tribulations. That's what they say. You got to go through them and you learn from it.
Take the mistakes in stride. How about for advice for people that are in relationships? So I've been in plenty. One thing that I've noticed has in my experience in my relationships.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm just gonna get into like advice people in relationships or that are already in it, or
for in relationships for what, like comfort zone, or what do you?
No. Like you got yourself a girlfriend or boyfriend, or you've had one. You're thinking back at it. This is advice for them, right? Look, man. For me, the biggest reason I can say why a lot of my relationships failed is because of my pride, man. I didn't want to admit things so I could later work on them. So for those in relationships that just seem to be struggling, and it comes to like y'all having petty arguments, you sleeping turned away at night, man, don't let that stuff eat you, man.
Ego can be a big conflict, especially like
it can be the smallest thing that can just drive a wedge in between, because it just starts a little rupture that you guys never address, and it's always going to be there till you address it.
Yeah.
So man, you gotta be willing to compromise. We talked about last time. You gotta be willing, and it's not about being a bigger person. It's literally just coming with figuring out what's the problem and coming up with a solution. Y'all had an argument about where y'all want to go eat at, man. That ain't nothing to go. Hey, fine, screw it. We're not gonna eat today. Nah, man, just figure it out, man. Stop being a fool. Just figure it out, man. You can figure it out.
Sometimes there's bullshit arguments.
The thing about that is that there's always gonna be arguments in a relationship, no matter
even the
what.
little things.
No relationships out there are perfect. I'm gonna admit, even me and my girlfriend argue, and
you figure them out.
Exactly. The thing to have a healthy relationship is to make compromises with each other, work things out, build the base, and grow from it.
It's not to avoid conflict; it's to simply solve it.
It's to solve it, exactly.
You can grow together.
It's to have two minds to work together and to love and cherish the memories.
Yeah.
That brings me to something, actually. I can tell y'all, right, and this is me being dead honest, throughout, I can't remember how many relationships I've had. I've had a few, and some that have lasted over, for 2 years or more. I have gotten in maybe 3 arguments, and 2 of them were with the same person. So that means 90% of my relationships I never had an argument with. But I can say that it almost would have been healthier if I did have an argument with them.
Well, I'm gonna say this: arguments are healthy because
they're like productive in a way.
Because it teaches your relationship, yourself about your relationship, and then how to solve these problems.
Yeah, communication is important too.
And that also helps your partner to figure out you as a person to figure out how to solve their part of the problem of the relationship.
Yeah.
So I literally said to say that there have been problems throughout my relationships that I've just simply avoided. So instead of taking time and bringing it up and talking about it, I was like, I just left it there till it came to a breaking point, or I just walked away without even trying to solve it. Yeah. And I can say that's done.
A lot of people usually tend to walk away because that's the easiest way, and not to avoid conflict, because conflict is too. This is how I perceive it from a lot of people these days. That tells me too that they would rather take the easy route, avoid conflictions, and just run away from it, and just like screw it. I don't want to like argue. I'm on to the next type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why our generation likes to move on a lot, because a lot of these options are out there. 1, they want to avoid these conflictions. 2, and then it's easy to get out than actually talk about it.
Yeah.
3.
I totally believe like miscommunication is like even way worse.
It is.
Like cause it's like
you gotta think about it. It's
passive aggression toward each other.
It's team bonding. If when you're working at a job, you're team bonding. You gotta communicate. That's how a business will run. Same thing as a relationship. You gotta communicate. That's how a relationship will run into a healthy one.
Yeah, totally.
And you know, like, even like doing this podcast, communicating with you guys is important because that's how we're gonna build our podcast up and our YouTube.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
And communicating with you guys, that's how it's gonna build our target audiences and stuff like that. It's just a general thing. You just gotta talk. You can't avoid it. Can't run away from it. If you run away from it, the company is not going to do good. The podcast is not going to do good. Your relationships are not going to do good. You're not going to do good. You're just going to just keep running away from your problems.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why this generation is less mature,
Stick to your ground. Find a compromise solution. You know, argue. Because
and not violently.
Not violently.
Yeah, obviously.
But because this will help you find solutions and work things out with your friends, jobs. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I argued with Thomas before. I argued with Desmond before. I argued with work before. It's not my family before. It's not just with your significant other. It builds everything. It builds a lot. Like, it builds a deeper connection, a bond. It builds new ways to work things out.
Yeah, and the opposite would just build up unclear tension. That's just unclear. So
that's all I was just trying to say, man. I've had more relationships go to failure because I chose not to argue and talk about it than thinking that, you know, just having an argument itself is what makes a bad relationship. You gotta just jump into the problem and get to solving stuff. You know, get through it. Get to the griddle.
It's not a puzzle, guys. It's just talking.
It's puzzling, but it ain't a puzzle.
It's not that. Yeah. It's not that hard.
I even have a big example, but I'm not gonna get too deep into it because it's personal. But it's like my relationship with my mom. Like, we split apart mostly due to like miscommunication and not really talking anything through. Yeah. And that's like. Definitely, like, through personal experience, I can tell, like, miscommunication is pretty bad for a relationship.
Yeah, I appreciate you opening up with that, man. Because I'm honestly having the same issues in my family. I'm realizing there are so many things that could be solved if we simply just had uncomfortable conversations. But
yeah, definitely. I mean, you kind of have to pass through it. Like, it's like a boundary you have to pass.
I personally like. As you guys know me, I like to be straightforward.
Sure does.
I like to talk to my family straightforward, and they don't like it sometimes, and I could see why. But also, that's just who I am. Like, I like to lay it flat. There's no
in between. You just get to it.
There's no like princess treatment or anything like that. I'm just laying it flat because that's how I would like it too. Keep it real, fast and simple. Yeah. Obviously there's a way of doing it too, you know, like, you know, sometimes you gotta be nice, appropriate about it and not violent. Yeah. But, a lot of the times, like, when I disagree with something with my family, I'm just like, no, that's like ridiculous. Like,
and you gotta be assertive in a way where you mean it, so you can make yourself clear in that way.
Because it's just, and I mean, like, I think if I didn't do that, my family wouldn't really know who I am as a person too, and we wouldn't grow as a family, and our love wouldn't have been that huge.
Yeah, he's giving me gold right here. That's gold. There are so many families broken up just because they don't talk.
They don't talk.
True. Exactly. Yeah, that's like my mom's side. My dad's side's the opposite, where we are pretty straightforward with each other, and that's why, like, my family on my dad's side is like a lot healthier than my mom's side.
That's funny. That's why we're so similar. That's exactly why we're
so interesting. Similar. Yeah. But it's a good thing we're talking about it now, too. So, yeah.
Do you think girls care about guys' body count for you? Because, you know, you're interested in girls.
Trying to think.
That's why I'm asking you.
From their perspective.
Have any girls asked you personally about body counts and stuff like that?
I know I've been asked
because I know we talked about body counts, but I don't think we talked about this specific scenario.
Yeah, I know I've been asked before for sure. What's crazy is I don't remember it. So I know I've never been asked in like a way where it's like so important, you know, it's only like a curiosity to know about me. Yeah. But never like if it's like this, I can't be. No, I never had that situation.
You haven't had a situation like you told them this number because they asked and they'd be like, oh.
I haven't remembered my body count in the past 2.5 years, so I just give an estimate. I throw out an estimate if they ask for it. I don't really.
But you don't get any like big reactions from them.
Nah, I never have. And it's not because I have anything crazy to hide, nothing like that. Well, I mean, I guess I think about it. It's just kind of mean. I know this. I don't ask their body count. They ask mine, but I never really ask about it. I just don't care.
That's fair. Yeah. It's just because I feel like a lot of people I know usually they tend to ask, or the other person won't ask, and then when you ask, you figure out a number like, oh, I don't really want to talk to this person, and I a lot of my guy friends too, like they'd be telling like the girl they meet like how much they're like the girl's like. And they tell me the next day, oh, the girl's not interested in me because I told them this body count. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I never been, so I can't answer.
So I was just wondering if you had that same experience. Or...
No, I never had it. I can't say I've like, I don't know for sure if girls care about your body count or not. But so,
I generally, to answer that, I know girls that do.
Okay, so it's not all the time, but same with men.
It's like there's no gender base. It's both genders.
Okay.
Both genders. Some will care, some will don't. I going to your part of the question too. Have any girls asked you about body count, and if you told them 0, what was reaction have you gotten?
Oh, it's actually
from your experience.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I don't think. I've probably only been asked like only one time, but I think most of the time, like if I'm around them enough, I feel like they can just tell I have 0. Just being around them enough.
That's fair.
I know exactly what you're talking
about.
When I was a virgin, they could definitely tell. And I also will say, look,
that's probably why they don't ask.
This is a little bit of a secret advice. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
It's a secret menu.
This is the secret. This is for the guys out there. For all the ladies, please cover your ears. Pause away for a second, please, respectfully. For the men out there, if you a virgin, put it out there. I ain't gonna lie. There are a lot of chicks that really want dudes that are virgins, whether they just want it for the sex, for the card, taking your card, or because they want somebody with low experience that they can mold.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I don't even say anything. Really.
That's why I asked, because I don't know if you like actually told any girls like, hey, like I don't have experience. Yeah. I wonder like what type of reaction you get. I know Desmond, because we talked about this before. Yeah. But I'm just curious about your perspective of it too.
Yeah.
But you haven't got any reaction from it.
Maybe only once, like just from like a friend.
Oh, okay. What was their reaction?
Their reaction, they weren't surprised. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I expected too. Because like I said, I can tell when they can tell that. That I'm.
That's fair.
That way,
I know exactly what you mean when you say that. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. I think for sure though, if for all the young men out there that are virgins, of age, if you really want something like that, it's quick, or just, I don't mean like a quick relationship, I mean find a relationship quickly. A lot of times stating that you're a virgin can make chicks way more attractive.
I'll tell you this though, it's usually not worth if you go to that path.
He's right.
But you think when you're 30 and 40,
it's not based on my experience, but based on what I heard from people's experience, they do not feel good about themselves afterwards.
Yeah.
And they regret it, and they truly hate themselves sometimes.
So you're saying it's a good thing I didn't go that path of saying that out loud?
Well, no. It's finding something quick. It's not about that specific path. It's about finding something quick.
So for me, the only reason I can talk about this in that praise is because I actually got lucky. The first relationship I ever had, the one to my Virginia, that was my ex-fiance, and it was an amazing, great relationship. I just had some problems. It didn't work out. So that's all I was saying. And the only reason I ended up getting that quickly was because I stated I was a virgin at that time. So. It could work for you too, might not. But
I guess it varies. Depending on.
It does vary, but I will say absolutely, stating that you're a virgin will help you find things quicker. But I'm not gonna say it's a good thing. The good.
It's like 50-50. I don't know.
I think it might be even less. I think you might have a higher chance.
It's a
You have a higher chance of
it's a weird
getting
chance.
something you don't want.
Yeah.
Do you think having a bunch of experience benefits your future relationships?
Yes and no, because you can still have a bunch of experience and not grow from it. You know.
That's true. But I mean, sometimes I think you can find red flags in past relationships, and then know like what green flags you're looking for.
Yeah. That was actually a question I had. Like, I know you asked me this last pod, but what are your green and red flags in a relationship?
Okay, well, my red flag is just, I don't have many red flags. You know, I try to just work with. Honestly, I never really look at red flags at all. You know, if there's something, the problem is a problem. You know.
Yeah.
But I
guess
it's like
not the first thing you think of, obviously, until something happens.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, there are like there is something I can think of that I'm like, I will absolutely just not even look in her direction. You know them chicks that talk crazy all
that you can just tell right off the bat.
Chick, she got long nails. I don't really care about none of that. What you saying, that chick? You ain't. I will never look at you. You
don't like ratchet energy.
It's more than being ratchet, because she don't be ratchet. She could be the smartest girl in the world, but she carries herself that ignorantly. It's still cool enough of a dude that comes in, holding his crotch, flashing his designer. He only cares about the money. He's an idiot though, but it's an equivalent of that. It's like I don't see no good from people like that, even though I can't say it for all of them,
I guess there is a spectrum of that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I will absolutely say, if you come to me and that's how you looking and talking, I will never even look. I won't acknowledge you. I will not acknowledge you.
Hey, I know one green flag that you have. Hey, you want to say it? You want to say it? We keep talking about? You want to promote it? Advertise it?
Y'all listen to me. Y'all listen to me right now. For all the goth girls, I am open. I
am open. Damn, super open.
This guy, goth girl. He wants his goth girl.
That's where he went black. A lot of black.
Well, no, I mean, it's because I'm a goth boy and I want a goth girl.
Hey, all those goth girls, don't reject this man.
Don't reject me. I'll
give him a chance. Give him a chance. I will
tell you right now, if you a goth girl and you came to me like this, I will look at you. I will look at you. You
guys have a better chance over there.
You got an exception.
You're very open arms towards them.
Oh, yeah. I'm very open arms.
But I'm sorry to put out you on the spot like
it's all good. It's all
I just thought it was funny to bring up.
Nah, I love it.
Because every time that's her inside joke.
For you might as well bring it up at some point.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Oh man.
Because back then we would always just play depressing music. Little Peep. What's that song? Save That Shit. And then that's how we got our inside joke about being depressed and goth.
Yep, one of the goth girls.
But this guy was so. That was the funniest thing.
Yeah, bro.
We'd be blasting Little Peep.
Yeah,
he got out of the car and started dancing and singing.
Started dancing and singing Lil Peep.
This guy was cracking me up. Is that where my goth girls at?
Where my goth girls? My heart's broken. I'm right here.
That's why Juice WRLD's a big part of your inspiration.
Hey,
that's a good
observation. Yeah, I guess that is, bro. It is. Because he did get the goth girls. Nah, think about it. He did get the goth girls.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be just like you for real, bro.
but his main kind of fucked him over after he died.
Yeah. But,
it's tough. It's tough.
She was a celebrity goth girl. It's different. That's
different. Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
Anyway.
He got betrayed.
All right, going on from that, the goth girls era for Desmond, but he's still going on. I mean, but with your recent encounters, do you think they're looking for something easy or something real?
Me?
Yeah. Your recent encounters.
Definitely something real. From my past few encounters, it's like I accidentally ended up in those situations because of something easy I didn't even want. But I always wanted something real and genuine. After I realized I couldn't attain that from that, that's where I'm like, all right, this relationship doesn't work. That's probably been like the last 3.
Why do you think they were looking for something real?
Well, I don't know if they were.
Okay.
I know I was, but then how we met or entered into the relationship wasn't off of anything real. So it just
started off something easy at first, then it progressed into something like being something real. Then you're like, oh wait, reality check type stuff.
Yeah. Because sometimes I'll be sitting there thinking that I could, and this is just because of who I am as a person, I'll be sitting there thinking, I could just be friends with these chicks, I can go over and just have fun and talk, nothing sexual, intimate, nothing like that. But then 10 out of 10 times, it always ends up intimate without me even trying to be like that. So that's something obviously I have to work on, but I don't want nothing quick. I don't want none of that.
What about you? Do you, with your I guess your past encounters, it doesn't have to be recent too, but do you find them wanting something real or quick?
I feel like quick would be like kind of a red flag, I guess.
No, not about the red flag.
Oh, what
but,
they want.
Yeah, what they want.
Okay.
I guess it really depends, like, how it flows, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I guess it really depends. It depends on a lot of factors.
Well, say you're like scrolling.
I would have to be in the situation to actually, like, kind of know, but
I mean, like, talking to them, like, from your past encounters, your experience, like, have they perceived themselves as they want something quick with you, or something like genuine and real? That's what I'm asking about.
Okay.
Not about red flags or anything like that.
Okay, I see what you mean. But I mean general and real, as in like a friend way, because I'll get friend zone sometimes. But yeah, general and real in a friend way.
Because I know you got
because I know
you got some matches before you trying to talk to them. And then usually your most common thing on his Tinder was, you want to match. And what I mean by match is on weed.
Wait, really?
He would love to connect on weed with them on Tinder.
So the chicks hit him up saying they just want to smoke?
But they usually be like dry at first, but Thomas would be like, you want to smoke?
I think I only did that a couple times.
Yeah.
But I didn't put in my bio though, just to be clear.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
But I guess from that, I think they weren't looking for something. They weren't looking for something
like the last
genuine.
photo is me smoking a blunt too.
I think they were looking for something quick because they're trying to use you.
For the green, for the Mary Jane.
Yeah, but now you understand my question.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, that's okay. So what's crazy is that it always starts out as them when they meet, bro. They will really even say it. They always, because I noticed they always ask me, not always, but I've been asked a lot, what are you looking for? And I would just tell them honestly, I'm like, something real, and however I say that, and they would say the same thing, right? But this has happened to me so many times, like, and so I was talking to them as friends, like I'm literally the one friend zoning them, dang near, right?
Yeah.
And then it could be like an hour later, a day later, hey, you want to come over? And I'm like, no, I'm good. And then they start giving the signs, hey, you want to watch this and that? Come over. I'm like, I know what she's trying to do. I thought you said you was real, bro. Like, and then nah. And then that's how I end up in pretty trash relationships from stuff like that.
Yeah, so. I realize like on dating websites, like usually they try to make it go quick, like get something quick, but in real life, I feel like it's a little slower in person.
Don't. If anyone out there, here's advice: don't throw yourself in a hole. Just be straightforward and communicate to the person. If you don't want anything with them, just tell them straightforward. If you want something quick, tell them straightforward. If you want something real, tell them straightforward. Don't play around. Don't be around the bush, or else you're gonna dig yourself in a hole, and it's gonna be harder to get out of in the future. And it's actually a toxic trait to dig yourself in the hole.
It is.
Yeah. Or it'll just end early and you'll get ghosted like I did, but.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'd rather get ghosted in a relationship I don't want.
It's like quick, I guess. It's like snappy.
But yeah, man.
That's,
I guess most do want something quick, but it's not what we want.
Well,
it's
not just dudes. It's just in general in this generation.
Get some
nowadays.
Most want quick.
It's just quick.
Yeah.
Quick and easy, so they don't have to like stress about it. Which is. You guys listen. You guys need to fucking encounter stress. It's stress is a good thing. Like you can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like over stressing, I get it, but encounter some stress. You need that.
Yeah. Unless you're repeating the same.
This is what I'm saying. You guys gotta feel all the feelings, not just the good and happy. Like it's good to feel good and happy, but you're not gonna grow if you're just you just gotta feel the stress too.
Let the phases come. Let the downs and the lows and the highs come.
How would you respond to rejection? What advice would you give out?
You know what's crazy? Oh, okay. So this is how my pops. I had no idea rejection even existed for. So I didn't know so much relationships, right? So I remember this is like I was a kid. I walk up to my pops and then we're talking about relationships, and he asked me, "So what's gonna happen?" And she says no, and I was like. Wait, she says no? Wait, what happened? And I never thought about it. Like, what do I walk away? Do I just laugh?
It's not even an option.
Yeah, I have no clue. So, personally, besides over text, I've never been rejected. But if I were to be rejected in person, I don't know I never really cared too much on text, but obviously in person is a whole different feel, you know. So maybe I might be a little salty, but I wouldn't really care too much. I'd be like, all right, cool, you know, see you around, something like that. But for you guys though, I think the healthiest thing, you know, because we want the healthy options for you guys here. If you get rejected, text or in person, I think the best thing for you to do, just walk away.
Move along your day.
Move along your business. It's all good. All right.
Don't stress
Appreciate
about
you telling
it.
me that.
Yeah, you're not gonna see them again.
Yeah, because you kind of have to be the bigger man instead of making a big deal out of it.
Just be like, hey, all right,
And
you have a good one, and go
and who knows? You know, you move along, you do good for yourself. They might come back to you.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah,
they'll be like, oh, actually, like this person's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, I'm not saying give yourself overhope. But I'm just saying, like, just focus on yourself, and then something will come your way.
Don't burn your bridges by being rude to others and being rude to yourself by not taking care of yourself. Don't burn your bridges.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I know I asked Thomas this too, but I also asked Thomas this the question from last spot. But this question is for Desmond specifically. Do you ever just lay in bed and think about, damn, I want a partner?
I know for sure I do, but I can't think of recently. No, definitely not recently, but I know for a fact. But yeah, for those days that I do. Oh, and
man. How would you avoid it if you don't want a partner?
Well, if I don't want a partner, well, I don't avoid it. I just like, I feel like this. Then I guess that means I should probably. So when I get that overwhelming wave of like, I want somebody, right? But I already know that I'm not particularly where I'm at in life to get somebody. I just go, okay, well, let me work a little bit closer. Or let me work on some more things that can get me closer to being in a relationship, meaning, you know, self-development. So I don't sit there and go, let me go hit up all these chicks. Let me go or start crying in my bed. You know, I'm just going to, you know, work out some more, play my guitar a little bit some more, you know. That's about it.
And that's just how you get through it.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how you get through it. Yeah, the feelings completely go away because it boosts your confidence. Like, okay, something probably will come because I'm them. I'm him.
I'm him.
I am him.
I am
him. You know, the right path to go on.
Him eternal, bro. Yeah. So you gotta just go about your business. Turn all that into feel for the best version of yourself.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think, in conclusion about this whole conversation we just had, I think this generation biggest flaw is that when things get rough,
no accountability.
People tend to give up easily. And they will find an easier option that will tend to their needs.
Yeah, that's a big takeaway right there.
And I know just a lot of people just want to take the easy route, but you need to face it with your own.
Gotta. And
just stand on your ground. Like, as I know, like, going out easy is the best feeling and just getting it over with, but sometimes you can't get it over with and just deal with it. Feel all your emotions.
You let them come.
Yeah, take it all in. Don't take the easy route because nothing will really benefit you in a way. And relationships too. Like, don't take your partner for granted. Have a conversation with them. Don't just walk away. Communicate. Don't run away from the problems. If there's problems, just say it.
Say it. Just get it off your chest.
Yeah.
You feel so much better. And there's something I just want to. This isn't too off topic. It goes hand in hand with this, but this is just something to leave y'all off with, to keep y'all going. Man. This is advice from the monks.
This is monks.
This is advice from the monks. These are the Indian monks. Don't ask me where.
From which mountain?
What?
From which mountain?
Where is Mitch Mountain?
From which mountain?
Oh. Some mountain in India. I don't know. Don't ask me
that's a stereotype. Now all monks live in mountains.
The mountain temple of better decisions. This is where they live at, right?
All right.
These monks are going to tell you something, right? Look. For when it comes to your addictions, your problems, to how you treat things, your habits, man, don't avoid the bad. That means this can be as simple as, say, you overeat a little bit too much junk food. You want to stop eating potato chips. Man, don't just sit there cold turkey and stop, right? Well, if you can, do that. But if you know you're about to eat them potato chips, don't sit there, oh no, I'm eating potato chips. No, eat them potato chips and try to enjoy it.
All right. I'm so sorry, guys. We're we're still getting over our technical difficulties right now.
Have little issues with the recording software.
figured out the solution
Thanks for staying tuned though, and thanks for understanding. We're still brand new. We're still trying to figure everything out.
Yeah. Before we go, let me leave y'all off on something inspirational. Just continue what I was saying. When y'all are eating that potato chips, when y'all fall into your addictions, eat it, enjoy it, and understand the feelings that are coming in your brain. Are you really enjoying it? Are you doing it out of habit? Do you want to stop, or do you not want to stop, or do you want to manage it? Just take a part of the things that are doing wrong in your life and think about them. Don't just do them mindlessly.
Yeah, especially if you're feeling pathetic that way, you really got to think.
He did not just pray like that.
That's
my
good way
this
to
ain't no martial arts. This ain't no temple. All right. But that's great advice, though. Besides the bout. No, I'm just playing. But to add on to the conclusion I had about this generation, I also think that this generation is all about the fun, the drug and sex, and being drunk.
Instant gratification.
And it's really rare to find someone passionate, loyal, and fighting through hardships, like harsh realities, and not like actually face them. We kind of leaned a little bit back on that on Thomas's pod about like having fun and just the sex and all that stuff. Another thing I want to say is don't give up on love. Don't give it up. And I'm not talking about relationship wise, just in general. Don't give up love. I know some of you guys give up love on family, on friends,
on yourself.
But I mean, give it up if it's something like really toxic and really going downhill. But if it's like something good for you, beneficial, don't give it up.
Yeah, I know I gave up plenty of times.
Yeah, look at the good things. Weigh it out, the pros and cons, before you give it up. At least. Another thing I want to say is once you meet the one, and I'm talking about relationships, everything will fall into pieces.
Believe in it.
They'll motivate you. They will teach you some stuff. They will make you grow.
They can show you the light, and you gotta walk to it with them.
And this is the healthy relationship that I'm talking about. The significant other will push you to be what you want to become as a better person, obviously.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't want a better person, and who doesn't want a good person too in a relationship? And another thing is that there is good people out there still.
Everywhere you go.
I know there's good people out there still that are not on the villain arc and on the hero arc.
There's a good mix of those people.
And then stay true to yourself too.
Love yourself, man. Love yourself, man.
The month of love.
Yeah, love yourself, man.
Anything that you guys want to add on to?
No, sir. That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. I just want to say I appreciate you guys staying tuned, listening in.
Thank you.
All my friends, families, and then just like people that we don't know. We truly love you guys, and thank your support.
Yeah.
And even sharing our stuff.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for sharing it.
And I just want to appreciate these two helping us get this started, and even their families supporting us and their friends supporting us.
I feel the same way.
And then it's just a start, guys. Like, we have so much going on, big projects coming up, a lot of things planned. We have meetings every Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know this is a little off topic, but this is just me thanking you guys so much. Without you guys, we wouldn't have honestly gone this far.
Yeah,
you're watching our lives.
Yeah,
and then our lives change.
Yeah,
I don't know when this is gonna be released, but our Navy video motivated me a lot, and then our other videos motivated me a lot, and these guys motivated me a lot, and then a lot of the people that's been hitting me up motivated me a lot.
Oh yeah.
And then you guys been motivating me a lot. But welcome to the family. If you just subscribed,
family helps family.
Yeah, FHF. And just want to ask you guys to help us get to 150 subs.
Oh, please.
That will
almost
help.
There.
That will help.
That's close.
Almost there.
That'll help us grow And then just please subscribe, like, share, continue sharing and liking.
And leave your comments, please.
Please leave comments.
The comment ratio is the lowest ratio out of likes and views. And
well, we also just need the criticism too.
So that too, you can learn. We also develop too as a.
We have
a team.
We have lots of ideas for the podcast too. We're gonna get a coffee table, a little setup, and a little poster behind us,
so we don't have to carry our drinks and shit.
But hey, we're signing out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, fam.